baby.
Enjoy this great game.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. And baseball is back. Again, can we stop with the work stoppages for any reason and just have normal baseball, a season and off season, a season and off season, like normal from now on, please? And if we can do that, that'd be fantastic. But baseball is back again after a work stoppage, after a lockout. It was terrible, but we're back and the free agent market is about to explode. People are going to be signing everywhere. Spring training's about to kick off. This is going to be insane. We got team previews coming. Humm Baby Baseball's back, baby. But let's start with an updated free agent predictions video. We're going to do the top 15 free agents, and we're getting started right now.
Come on. Do it. Do it.
Starting off at number 15, we got Zack Greinke. And by the way, I got this top 15 list from DraftKings. So the order, if you don't agree with it, don't yell at me. I didn't make the order, but it is the top 15 free agents. It's a pretty good list. So let's get started with Zack Greinke. This is one of my favorite non-Giants players in the league. One of the biggest names available as far as starting pitching goes. And, you know, this is a guy who had a nice 2021, 11-6, 4.16 ERA. He did struggle in the second half. He had a little bit of injury issues, had a neck problem. But you know what? This is a big name right here. He's 38, though, past his prime, no doubt. I have heard rumors about the Giants. Should the Giants sign him? To me, I don't think so. He's not quite going to replace Kevin Gausman. He's not a strikeout guy. He's still solid, but you just don't know what you're going to get. I think it's too big of a risk personally. I'd be happy, like I said, I would love to have him, but I think it's a little bit too big of a risk for the Giants. I could see more teams like the Yankees taking a shot at Greinke. But I was doing some research, and, you know, back in 2018, he had a list of teams that were on his non-trade list. He had a non-trade clause, no trade clause, and there was teams on there like the Yankees. The Giants were on there. The Dodgers were on there. It's like, what's going on? But a team that was not on there was the world champion Braves. The Atlanta Braves, a team that could use some depth behind the big three of Fried, Anderson, and Morton. I know they got Kyle Wright. They got some guys, Tucker Davidson. They got some guys, but I'm just saying a veteran guy like Greinke, who knows how to pitch, could be a solid addition for the Braves. He lives not too far away in Orlando, Florida. I think the Braves will sign him. I got Zack Greinke signing with the Atlanta Braves. Let the insults begin. This is one of my most controversial videos I ever do, the free agent predictions video. You would think I'm talking politics or religion with this baby, but that's okay. Let it fly in the comment section. Coming up next is Kenley Jansen. Obviously, this dude is solid. Been a great pitcher for the Dodgers for a long time. He kind of sometimes is the scapegoat for Dodgers fans when things go wrong, but you know what? Kenley Jansen is great. Although, as a Giants fan, when he played the Giants last year, for whatever reason, he stunk it up against the Giants, and I was only too happy to see Kenley Jansen enter a ball game last season. I don't know what was up with Kenley when the Dodgers would play the Giants, but in general, I mean, the guy has been very solid. The stats don't lie. He had a 2.22 ERA, 38 saves, 11.2 strikeout per 9 ratio in 21. I don't see him in another uniform. I just have a hard time seeing it unless he's just sick of LA being the scapegoat. Maybe he wants to get out, but I'm going to guess that he stays there. 3 or 4 year deal. Kenley Jansen staying in LA, re-signing with the Dodgers. And that brings us to Anthony Rizzo. In my original free agent prediction video, because I made one right after the season, I had him staying with the Yankees. This is a 4-time Gold Glover, knows how to work the count. He is consistent. He's got power. He makes good contact. I don't know if he's a 30-plus home run guy anymore, but obviously he's got some pop, and he's a guy that, you know, the Yankees would love to have. They did bring back Luke Voit. They did tender Luke Voit a contract, but, you know, and Voit is obviously a great hitter, but defense is questionable. He gets hurt all the time. Universal DH is in place. I think Voit could get traded. I'm not convinced that Voit is the future starting first baseman for the Yankees. I think Rizzo will re-sign with the Yankees. I'm sticking with that prediction. Anthony Rizzo is back with the New York Yankees in 2022. Next up is the 2021 World Series MVP. He left everyone super impressed and wondering where he would end up in 2022. And it's not like he just came out of nowhere. I mean, Jorge Soler, this is a dude who hit 48 home runs, I think in 2019 for the Royals. The guy is amazing. His exit velocity is next level. With the universal DH now, he could sign almost anywhere. The Braves will try hard to re-sign him if they're smart. The Cardinals could also be a decent fit, and even the Giants, who haven't had a power hitter like this since Barry Bonds, They could definitely use him, but there's also the Cubs, another team that he used to play with, that they're a possibility. I'm going to say that the Braves do whatever they can to bring back this guy, bring back the magic for 22. If you're trying to repeat, you need to bring back your World Series MVP. So I say that Soler is going to re-sign and stick with the Atlanta Braves. And now at number 11, it's time to talk about Seiya Suzuki. This was my number one free agent target for the San Francisco Giants. He was an absolute beast in Japan. He hit 38 bombs last year, an average over 300. He'll probably be closer to, 285, 25 home runs in the States, but you never know. I mean, I want to see this guy in San Francisco. I want to see what he can do, and so do most Giants fans. Now, he's only 27. I see a big future for him in Major League Baseball, although you never really know how that transition will go. I've heard that Cubs might be interested, Padres, Mariners, Red Sox. I've heard all Red Sox articles everywhere, Red Sox, Suzuki, but also the Giants are really out there a lot. Unlike other big free agents of the past that the Giants fans and myself have wanted, this time, I'm actually hearing the Giants being brought up by more than just local media, more than just Giants fans. It seems like the Giants really are the consensus favorite right here to land Suzuki. And so, after so many disappointments, I'm beginning to feel some optimism. The Giants will actually land the big name they're after. Seiya Suzuki. I got him signing with the San Francisco Gigantes. He's coming to San Francisco.
So let it be written.
And next up, we have the ageless wonder, Nelson Cruz. I originally had him going to the A's, but I'm going to alter that in today's update. You got the DH now in the National League. You got 15 teams now that did not have a DH in 21 who may need one in 22. Some of them may already have a good option, but not all. So what about you got the Padres? They should be interested. You got the Brewers. They lost Avisaíl Garcia, signed with the Marlins. Minnesota, he could be back to, the Twins, so definitely would love to have him back. Tampa Bay might love to have him back. The Mariners, another one of his former teams, would love to have him. But I think I'm going to say the Brewers, the Brew Crew, make him an offer he can't refuse. They did not tender a contract to Daniel Vogelbach. He's kind of a DH type. There's room there. This is a team that's been trying to win for the last few years. It's a team where Yelich has been struggling. What happened to him? They need more power to go along with that awesome pitching staff. I got Nelson Cruz going on a 1 or 2 year deal, maybe just 1 year deal. He's heading to the Milwaukee Brewers. Cruz to the crew. On number 9 on this list is Michael Conforto. He had a tough year last year. He struggled a bit. His power numbers were down. His batting average was down. He still got on base. He had a 344 on base, but he may be looking to reestablish himself somewhere, maybe on a short-term deal. I don't see him staying with the Mets. It's a tough season both for himself and the team. I mean, who knows what he's actually thinking. Teams that may seem like a possible fit: Phillies, Nats, Rockies, Reds, Marlins, maybe even the Giants. The list goes on. But I originally had him going to Seattle. That's where he's from. I'm going to stick to that. The Mariners are obviously going for it. They're adding quality players right now. They have a lot of amazing young players. They want to add some veterans who are, awesome veterans like Conforto. Would just be a perfect fit for them. I say Conforto decides to go home.
That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
And sign with the Seattle Mariners.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And that brings us to number 6, Kyle Schwarber. He slashed 266, 374 on base, 554 slugging with 32 big flies for both the Nats and the Red Sox in 21. The Rockies could be one team interested. Just dreaming about what he could do at Coors Field. He could just do crazy things there. And originally I thought maybe he would stay in Boston. I thought JD Martinez might go elsewhere, but Martinez ended up opting in, so he's staying in Boston. And now I think Schwarber probably will sign elsewhere. So as a potential DH, there are a ton of teams, obviously, DH in the National League. We're going to continue to come back to that, but the Phillies come to mind. They could use another big bat. I can see him in San Francisco. I would love to see that, putting balls into McCovey Cove on the regular. But unfortunately, I just think that the Los Angeles Dodgers are going to make a move on one of these big free agents. I don't know which, but they lost Seager. I don't know what happened to Bellinger. So their lineup, while it's still, don't get me wrong, the lineup is sick. The lineup is amazing. Please don't cuss me out like I'm saying the lineup isn't great. But I'm just saying, I think a year or two ago, it was even more unstoppable. It was like an all-star team, literally. Now, it's close, but I think it's just digressed it's just a little bit. And I think the Dodgers want to make it back to where it was, to put it back as the best lineup in baseball, as an absolutely unstoppable lineup, an all-star lineup. And so I see the Dodgers signing a big name. I'll say that they find a way to sign Kyle Schwarber, and he's heading over to Los Angeles. Now, unfortunately, we got to talk about Kris Bryant. Obviously, last played with the San Francisco Giants. A lot of Giants fans love him back. A lot of Giants fans think he's coming back. I don't think so. It doesn't feel likely. He was more of a rental to try to win a World Series. Unfortunately, we fell short. So I don't think he's coming back to the city by the Bay. I only wish, but I think Bryant is going to sign with the Mariners. That's what I predicted earlier. I'm sticking with it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but, he played very well for the Giants. He played very well in the playoffs. He went 8 for 17 with a home run. The Mets are a possibility, but I just think the Mariners are going for it. I think they're trying to add, I already mentioned Conforto, they're trying to add to that very young team, very amazingly talented team, and add some of these veterans who are really good. Obviously, Kris Bryant, he's going to cost cost $150, $160 million over, a 6-year deal or something like that. But I still think they can get it done. They're ready to spend. They're going to spend. The Mariners are trying to win the West, and they're trying to get that bye, which is part of the playoffs now. Get that bye and go win a World Series. I got the Mariners signing Kris Bryant to play alongside J.P. Crawford. Kris Bryant to the M's. And now we're in the top 4. We have Nick Castellanos, former Tiger, former Red, former Cub. This is a dude who had a big 21. He set new highs in home runs with 34. He posted the lowest strikeout rate of his career, 20.7%. He's going to go somewhere where they're going to be a DH, which is now anywhere. Now it's everywhere. So he can DH, play a little outfield. Not the best defender, but with that bat, so many teams, the Reds, the Marlins, the Cubs, the Nats, they're all potential suitors for this guy. I eventually had him signing with the Washington Nationals. Still possible, but I also thought at that time that the Padres would sign someone else, and I had him signing J.D. Martinez to be their DH. J.D. Martinez is now back with Boston, like I mentioned earlier. So now I think the Padres, they're going to outbid everyone else. So I'm going to update this prediction. Not happy about it because I don't want the Padres to sign him, but I do think, and by the way, the Giants are a possibility as well, but I think Castellanos will sign with the San Diego Padres. Now moving into the top 3, we have Freddie Freeman. I probably would have ranked him higher myself, but like I said, I didn't make this list. Just going through it and predicting. Freddie Freeman. Okay, I originally had him staying with Atlanta, but then all these reports are coming out. More time is passing, and it seems more likely he could sign elsewhere. This is just stunning to me. I can't believe the Braves did not lock him up before the lockout. Okay, but the Braves did not. And now the Red Sox could be interested. The Dodgers could be interested. The Yankees could be interested. But every team that I think is super interested, I already have them signing someone else. And honestly, just Freddie Freeman's coming back to the Braves. He's got to come back to the Braves. Freddie Freeman is an Atlanta Brave. Let's go. He needs to play the rest of his career, or the vast majority of the rest of his career, with Atlanta. And I'm going to stick with this prediction. I think it's going to happen. I think it has to happen. Freddie Freeman with the Braves. He's going to re-sign. He's going to stay with Atlanta. If not, oh my goodness, that's going to be nuts. But I got Freddie Freeman staying in Atlanta. We have number 2, and it's shortstop Trevor Story. Originally, I talked about the Rangers, maybe the Tigers. Well, they've already pretty much locked someone up with Seager and Baez, although the Tigers, they could, who knows? They could go crazy, move Baez to second. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but I do not have a story going there. The Astros, if they don't re-sign Correa, Story would be a nearly perfect replacement, so they have to be interested as well. But I'm sticking with my old pick. I'm sticking with the New York Yankees. They do have room to maneuver. They can move around some guys. They got Torres, move him to second. LeMahieu, a little super utility. They can figure it out, and I just see it happening. I see the Yankees making a big move on a big free agent. Trevor Story's still out there. I got him signing with the Bronx Bombers. I just visualize it. I see it happening. It's happening. Mark it down. Well, don't mark it down. Don't bet on it. But I do predict it. I got Trevor Story heading to the New York Yankees. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the number 1 free agent of the 21-22 offseason, Mr. Carlos Correa himself. The only downside is he does get hurt. You might not get 162 out of him, although he did play 148 last year. He's looking pretty strong. He was an all-star, 26 bombs, elite defense at short. This dude is one of the best. He's the best free agent out there, and he wants to stay in Houston, apparently. That's what he has said. But there was also that situation where he was insulted at the extension offer. So I'm just speculating, but I think he wants out. I mean, I think he's going to sign elsewhere. I mean, yeah, you could stay there in Houston, keep getting booed. The cheating talk it's not seeming to slow down. And I just got to assume it's taking its toll and he's ready to start fresh elsewhere. I would assume. I could be wrong. I can't read his mind. It's just an assumption. There was talk of him, going to Detroit, reuniting with AJ Hinch. I even predicted it, but now that they have Baez, although they could still sign him, they can move guys around. They can move Baez to second, but I don't think so. I think the Dodgers are a possibility. They sign pretty much whoever they want. That said, I'm going to predict that a team you might not be thinking of is going to swoop in and sign Correa. I got, surprisingly, a team that has been really good. They won over 100 games a couple years ago. A team that's trying to stay relevant in the American League Central. They are trying to compete with those White Sox, trying to compete with the Guardians. We're talking about the Minnesota Twins. I got the Twins swooping in. Put your insults in the comment section, but I got the Twins signing Carlos Correa. And there you have it. That's it. That's the top 15 revised predictions. Some of these guys I didn't even predict before because as more have signed, more guys move up the ranking. But anyway, that's the remaining top 15 free agent predictions. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We're going to be doing previews for all 30 teams, at least as many as I can squeeze in before opening day. If I can't get to all 30 because of the certain situation that we're in, please forgive me, but I'm going to try. And what a crazy time. This is going to be insane. This is something that hasn't really happened before, where you got spring training and just got a million free agents signing all over the place and trying to squeeze it all in and get 162 in. We're going to have double headers this year. It's going to be off the charts. It's going to be insane. The insanity continues. Maybe 2023 will be a normal season. We will see. We shall see on that. We don't know yet, but hopefully. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you're a Giants fan, who do you want? You want Suzuki? You want someone else? Who's your favorite team? Who you think you're going to sign? Sorry if your favorite team didn't get mentioned here. Mets fans, maybe y'all pissed off. Cuss me out down below. You know what to do. Have a great day. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. We'll talk to you next time.
When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.